Hey, it's Craig and Thomas from OCR. Today we're in front of this 1985 P210R.
And we're going to be bringing it to the market here soon. It's a really nice P210 that we actually got this airplane for sale from a listing that we had previously that we sold. So jump on in, we're going to tell you all about it.
Let's go.
Power set.
Rocket airspeed alive.
Speed's alive. Fuel pressure's a little low, but still looks good. There's 65 knots.
Rotate about 85.
Number 50 Yankee, descent approved, extend downwind.
Descent approved, extend downwind, 50 Yankee.
Alright, there's positive rate. Let's go gear up.
Southbound's approved, maintain at or below 1,500.
Okay, left turn at the river is approved, and we'll stay at or below 1,500. Takeoff. It's not in the green down here.
Number 7 enter Kilo Whiskey, turn right heading 330.
330, 79 Kilo Whiskey.
Alright, y'all, welcome aboard. It's Thomas and Craig in the P210. We're about mid-channel between Catalina and Long Beach. We're out of 5,500. We're going to go to 8,500 and check the pressurization on this thing. But it is a smooth running airplane. This one's specifically an R model, which is a very sought after unit. They only made 40 or 42 of these airplanes. From experience, we just closed on one a few months ago, and I would say in the first week of having it listed, we got 25 phone calls and probably a dozen emails on it. And just in the time from when we listed it to the time it closed, I just couldn't believe how much feedback we got, because you know, there's a ton of ends on the market, but the R's are something special about them that makes people really want them. This is the only one on the market.
I know there's a 100-pound gross weight increase. What else is the difference between
It's got a more robust tail on it, a little bigger tail.
Tail and rudder, right? I believe
Tail and rudder.
And then the change to the landing gear.
Yeah, and then no gear doors.
No gear doors. Talk to me about this one, Thomas. So it's an 85. What are the airframe hours and engine hours?
So this one's got about 4,400 hours on the airframe. It's got about 970 on the motor, and then the prop was recently done. I think it's got, to date, it's got about 35 hours on it. Moving in the exterior of the airplane, he's done a lot. It's got tip tanks on it, so that's an extra 32 gallons of fuel, but it's also a gross weight increase, which is pretty nice on the airplane that R model that already has a larger gross weight than the N. He's got pulse lights on it, and he's got speed brakes on it, and that's pulse lights for me flying at night in any kind of airplane, the jet, the 172, anything like that. That's something that's huge to be seen.
Even to me, honestly, in the daytime.
Yeah, the FAA did a thing called Operation Lights On many years ago. I remember hearing about that, and it was about, a big thing about flying with your lights on.
Yeah.
Moving into the cockpit, it's got a G500, which isn't the latest and greatest, but it works. He has dual GTN 750s, which are both WAS, S-Tech 55X autopilot. He's got the GMA 350C audio panel. That's actually a good unit, because that's Bluetooth as well. And then a 345 transponder, which is ADS-B in and out. This one, the JPI EDM 900. This is my first, I've seen this 100 times, but I've actually never flown it. So this is a nice unit.
It's a good unit.
It's a lot of information packed into a little bit of the space, so I'm pretty impressed with that.
And the 55X is, it's an older generation of autopilot, but it's a really good autopilot. It does everything it needs. It'll capture altitudes. It'll fly approach, and it's usually, we haven't done flown approach in this, but every airplane I've flown that has them, they're pretty reliable, solid units. Let's talk about some OCR history, Thomas.
What do you want to talk about OCR history?
Prior to OCR, obviously, I think a lot of people know that the company was owned and run by Thomas's dad, Tom. It was Tom's aircraft for 30-some-odd years.
1983 to 2016.
And I think you were telling me that in particular there was some stuff you guys were doing with P210s and the fuel tanks.
Kind of an interesting story. So not to bore you with all the details, but my dad moved out from Colorado to work for Riley at Riley Conversions down in Carlsbad, and my I guess it would be my second cousin, Myron Olson. He worked with him down there. Ole was his nickname. He ended up moving back to Pennsylvania and started a company called O&N Aircraft, where they had all the STCs to do all sorts of fuel tanks. I mean, I think they got the nickname Tom's Tanks for a long time, but he did a lot of the manufacturing and building of those. But O&N Aircraft was actually known in the P210 world because they're the ones that took the P210s and put the Allison turbine on it. And that is called the Silver Eagle. So it's all kind of in the family with that, but we did a lot of business with O&N. They were kind of our East Coast partner, if you will.
Right.
And I wouldn't say partner, but, they were kind of our East Coast connection out there. I just remember, learning to fly. Hey, this P210 needs to get the Ole's, they're putting an Allison turbine on it, or this airplane needs to get there because they're doing this. And I remember they were just so nice and such great people. When I was ferrying small airplanes from the East Coast, I always made it a point to stop in there and have dinner and say hi and kind of visit with the family and everything.
And did you ever ferry a 210 out there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I took a couple of them out there.
So back to this, looks like pressurization, I think, with the full diff, right? Full max diff up here. You got the differential, the little knob. I don't know if you have a picture of that, Derek. The little knob is up against the red, so it's showing that you're still, even at almost 8,000 feet, we're still holding a zero cabin. It's going to reach the max diff and open up at some point. But that's good. It's a good check. I mean, P210s don't have the highest differential. I think it's a little over 3, but still allows you to get into the high teens and stay comfortable and pick up speed and extend your range.
Everyone I know that has a P210, they love them. And it's like one of those things that, you can buy a new airplane, you can get that new airplane smell, but I mean, I know people that have owned P210s for 30 years.
Yeah.
They're dumping tons of money in these things. It seems like any really kind of older airplane, I don't know, maybe they don't make them like they used to. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's that. I mean, obviously, it's just there's obviously a big discrepancy between what you can get new out there today, right?
Yeah.
The only pressurized airplane, piston airplane being built new is probably the PA-46. That's the one that comes to mind. So
yeah.
The M350, which is, I don't know what that number is these days, $2 million. And I think there's a lot to be said about the high wing P210 airplane from a great combination of safety, reliability, and speed, right? It's not the world's fastest airplane, but still got that Cessna, stable mentality of the high wing, and it's pretty simple. If you get slow, it's not gonna try and kill you unless you really let her do her thing.
Yeah. Stock maintenance on these, Craig. You having the full maintenance facility, you guys probably maintain quite a few of these.
Yeah, we do. We have. I mean, like you said, there's not a lot of 210Rs or P210Rs, but 210s in general are obviously they're going to be a step up from a 172, and then they're a step up from 182, especially the pressurized versions, because you have some additional maintenance on the pressurization system. But if they're maintained pretty well, there's not a ton that could go wrong. The controllers and the valves in the back, they are getting a little bit pricey. So if you're looking for one, I think a good evaluation of those on your pre-purchase inspection would be recommended.
2166, go departure, climbing 17,000, one able 2809.
But in general, they're a Cessna product. They're going to be pretty easy to maintain when you compare them to a lot of things out there.
Yeah. Anyone can put an airplane on controller. Anyone can put an airplane on trailer plane and hope the phone calls come in. But what we offer as a program to sell your airplane is not just putting it on controller or putting it on trailer plane and taking phone calls and, hey, calling the owner, hey, what is this, what is this? We're digging into the airplane, we're understanding the airplane, and before we took off on this flight, I had a meeting with our marketing team, and they are pouring through the logs. They're pouring through the airplane, and we're, as a company, as a whole, are going to understand this airplane probably better than anyone. Maybe not the owner, but, we're going to understand this airplane. But what I told him was, when we had that other P210R for sale, there was only 2 on the market at the time, and we got a lot of interest because of the way we marketed it. We do the YouTube video like we're doing right now. We have some great photos being taken, but we also have a network. And
Sorry, I just want to make sure that wasn't us.
9 Julie Bravo, SoCal.
Yeah, no, I think you hit all the high points too. I mean,
9 Julie Bravo, SoCal.
and to your point, what you said at the beginning of the was we have a lot of people you spoke to on the last airplane that missed it. So having somebody like us, I don't like to use the word broker because it's kind of a we are. That's what at the end of the day we are. But we're a sales arm for the for the customer. And besides reach and all the hard work we do is about relationships too. So we have a lot of people that we know that have talked about us about different airplanes, and we go back to them on every other deal.
Yeah. So as soon as we have get this listed, we've got everything lined up to reach out to everyone that reached out on our previous airplane. So we'll be hitting the phone calls. We'll be going to work for the seller of this airplane, and hopefully.
Just maintain VFR at 3,500 feet for me. Fly heading 040.
All right, 3,500 heading at 0408 Echo Alpha.
9 Julie Bravo, what speed are you doing?
I don't know. At the end of the day, our goal is to sell airplanes and keep these relationships for a long time.
All right, cleared to land short of 26 right.
All right, runway's made. We're going to do a little more flaps.
Number 21 Tango, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Clear land. Still confirmed. One green lights on.
Yep. What windy?
What's that?
Said it's a little windy.
Yeah.
Only short 26 left.
Is that Francis?
Number 210, restart, standby.
Oh, that's his customer actually. Thought. Oh, it's going to be greasy. So good.
Is that a centerline greaser, Craig?
It was. It was good. I'm proud of you.
Sling, 21 Tango, turn left, Foxtrot 3, contact ground, thanks for the help.
We're going to try and get this video out quick. Hopefully you guys can see it before we sell it because I have belief in Thomas. But if we'll keep you posted. If you have any questions on this airplane, you're going to have your info on here, Thomas?
Yeah, everything's on the website, ocraviation.com. Feel free to give me a call, text me, WhatsApp. It doesn't matter if you're domestic in the U.S. or you're all over the world. We can deliver.
We appreciate you watching the videos. If you have any questions, other than this airplane, you all can reach out and hope you can like and subscribe, as our friend Brian Finney likes to say. Let's go!
Thanks for jumping in.